For games like Dark Souls and Hollow Knight, difficulty is a selling point. There is a skill level required to enjoy these games, and as I get older, I begin to realize that I don't always need that. Sometimes I just want to enjoy a game for its world, for its story, and for its environment. And that wasn't presented to me any clearer than when Hollow Knight Silksong released. For me, Silksong was amazing. It was everything I wanted in a follow-up to a game I obsessed over for months. Silksong was a welcome challenge, but for my partner, who wanted to experience the best that Aussie game devs have to offer, it wasn't the same. The difficulty of Silksong was too much, and they almost quit the game entirely. It was thanks to a collection of mods that the game was enjoyable for them, and that got me thinking about how a whole player base who would likely enjoy these big, vast, lore-filled games is just missing out because the games are just too hard. And I get it. The Get Good crowd has been around for probably longer than I've even been gaming, but why does it need to be there? The standard difficulty for our Souls-likes and Metroidvanias and bullet hells will still be there if availability options are provided, and it's been proven time and time again that those options are welcome when they aren't even naturally baked into the game, thanks to modders creating workarounds to give our skill-challenged gamer friends the opportunity to explore these wonderful worlds we all love. Take, for example, the winner of the Innovation of Accessibility Award for 2025's Game Awards, Doom: The Dark Ages. Doom is known as a reactive-heavy, fast-paced arcade shooter. It can be intense, and Bethesda have provided methods to adjust the game intensity to suit the player's needs. Doom's accessibility is a thing of pride for their team. There is an accessibility guide posted right on the website for the game with the first sentence stating, Doom: The Dark Ages is designed to be approachable and accessible, allowing as many people as possible to become the Doomslayer and wage a medieval war against hell. This reads as a mission statement to the design philosophy of the game. Why alienate people from your player base through difficulty? Why not design a game to bring people into it? To provide tailored experiences for people to enjoy the game at their own pace and in their own way without removing the core design of the game. The accessibility options in this game are insane. It has your standard options like your color adjustments and narrated text and UI scaling, but it has a wide range of options for difficulty sliders. If you think the projectiles are too fast to react to, sure, slow them down, there's a slider for that. If you think it's too busy to keep on top of your ammo and dodge and fight and focus, let's remove something from the list of things you're tracking. Turn on the toggle to automatically swap weapons when you're out of ammo. If you're not a great aim, turn up aim assist. Hell, even turn on enemy tracking for your shield throw. Let the shield seek out enemies for you while you mow down demons in the pits of hell. If those parry windows are too tight, or enemies aren't staying dazed long enough, there's adjusters for those too. And while I'm listing all these things to make the game easier, it goes both ways. Any of the aspects listed in the game settings can be cranked up to 11 to make the game harder for all the die-hard Doom nerds out there. In addition to all these detailed options, the game provides the standard expected difficulties for its traditional player base, not removing any of the experience that Doom fans have grown to love over the years. It's this dedication to accessibility that will widen the audience of gaming in the years to come. Dedicated options aren't the only way that game devs bake accessibility into their games, and Souls-like games are not something that I would normally consider to be accessible because of their difficulty. But Elden Ring handles it differently. It doesn't have these traditional accessibility options, but it provides accessibility in different ways. In our Dark Souls games, the player is more or less constricted to a linear path. If you fail at a boss, it's time to lock in and get good. You die too many times to one path, you lose your souls. You just keep farming that same path over and over again until you do get good, or you give up trying. Elden Ring gives the player options, and it encourages it from the start. You can't beat the tree sentinel right out of the gate? Good. Die once trying, then go around it. Find some place easier that you can complete, then go from there. It's this non-linear exploration that allows a player to explore the game more willingly without being trapped by the get good mentality, while still staying true to the get good experience. Unlike previous From Software titles, Elden Ring allows players to avoid difficult encounters almost entirely to the point where to finish the story in the game, only 12 out of the 150 or so bosses need to even be defeated. Granted, this will create its own challenge, as the player will be vastly underleveled and undergeared, but it also allows a player to challenge the rest of the bosses and content in this game at their own pace, in any available order they choose. The open world structure reduces the claustrophobic pressure found in previous FromSoft games, allowing this non-linear progression. In addition to optional dungeons providing a way to minimize the strain of repeated failure, allowing players to enjoy the game without the back-to-back beatings from harder enemies, Elden Ring has a subtle but clear visibility of guidance, provided by the environmental storytelling and the wisps that fly in a direction from the sights of grace when viewed in the world map. These simple changes in exploration and gameplay make Elden Ring From Software's most accessible game to date. This brings me back to the original game that sent me down this rabbit hole of difficulty gatekeeping, and that's Hollow Knight Silksong. Some games don't have the capacity for a lot of these accessibility options, and while Silksong does provide non-linear pathing as part of its design as a Metroidvania, the player is regularly hit with barriers and boss fights that need to be beaten to increase their range of exploration. And this leaves one option for games like Silksong to get their difficulty adjustments and their accessibility options, and that's through community modding. Hollow Knight Silksong's development was delayed for so long that I would be remiss to expect the crew at Team Cherry to provide accessibility options in this game, considering the scale of a game that this small crew have produced. But the difficulty spike that this game presents compared to Hollow Knight, it's a lot. Almost every boss doing double damage, combat playstyle being different from Hollow Knight, the movements being different from Hollow Knight, the fact that not every enemy drops rosary beads, and even things we wouldn't normally consider being an issue, like not being able to see the health bars of bosses. All of these things create an increased difficulty, an uncertainty for players who are already struggling through a game that's designed to be a challenge. And while I love the thrill of throwing myself at a boss for the 20th time to finally land that kill, I know it's not for everyone. And this is where the community modding comes in. It doesn't take long after a game's release to see the release of mods to customize the game's experience to suit the players. Providing mods for Silksong to remove double damage attacks, or to increase the invulnerability frames, or to make all enemies drop rosary beads, even to provide the player with these enemy health bars that were missing from the base game. These all modify the game enough so that it's enjoyable for others without removing too much of the design principles in Silksong. And from watching my partner play through the game using these mods, I can confidently say that it's still a challenging game. Sure, they died less than I did in a lot of fights, but they still died a lot. And the platforming wasn't made any easier because of the mods they chose to make their time fun with Silksong. Now, there is a complication to modding to control difficulty, and that's that it's hardware dependent. I can't go onto Nexus Mods on my PS5 and apply a mod pack to Silksong. I need to be a PC gamer for that. And this is the main reason for this rant. We need more local accessibility options in gaming. And look, I'm not a game designer, I just play games for fun. But do I think that every game needs to have some sort of accessibility baked into it? Yeah, of course I do. I want more people to play and enjoy the games that I play and enjoy. And do I think developers are going to include detailed settings and customized difficulties beyond just traditional difficulty choices? Not really. And that's kind of okay, because where game developers may fall flat, the modding community will come through and provide, and I can only hope that heading into the future of gaming, we'll see more availability options in games and easier application of mods for those who aren't tech savvy or gaming on PC. Hey, thank you so much for watching my video. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. You're amazing. Please consider giving the video a like and leaving a comment explaining your thoughts on accessibility, or if you think I got it wrong, let me know. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Have a wonderful day.